us again. What is the name of your dogs? Your
Howling
team?
Doric sled dogs.
Come on again.
Howling Doric. Hoo! Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Here we go. My absolute pleasure and privilege to be able to hear today to see Andrew working with his husky dogs. You know, people utilise the wide open spaces in Buchan here, Aberdeenshire, Scotland, in many different ways and forms and shapes. This is to be an unusual sight. Andrew and his dogs.
Whoa.
This is a once in a lifetime thing for me. I've been wanting to do this since I was a little bear and now I'm going to do it. Mush mush!
It's amazing up here in the dark. If nothing's frosted and all like that. And this bit we're actually on, there's actually an owl follows us down here. Keep it going. Come on. So, really good boy. Really good boy.
A good run, a good run.
Well, my name's Andrew Scott, but everybody kens me as Drew. Basically, I'll spend a lot of my life in this woods. I know all this woods back to front. I know all the prothing is in the woods. We're in Doric, Doric country. Most of my dogs are actually rehomes. Well, my condition is MS, and I've had it for about 23 years now, and it's gradually getting worse. This condition, it's really hard because there's so much different elements to it. But me getting out here, when I first was diagnosed with MS, I got my first dog. That helped me get out into the woods to get going, and just getting out into the fresh air and walking with a dog or spending time with a dog was what got me going. Then I got into huskies. Then the huskies, my legs kind of walk around here. So I have to find a way of getting around here. So the dogs was a way of me getting around the forest and doing what I want to do in the forest, and enjoy the dogs enjoying themselves. And plus, as I say, my dogs was our rescues or rehome dogs. So it gave them a purpose, and it gave me a purpose. This is my cart. I made this. I made this to suit me, and so that I can run the dogs myself. I do everything myself. So I had to figure out a way getting me out and being able to hold dogs back. MS is multiple sclerosis. It's affecting your immune system, and the body is actually attacking itself, and it attacks your nerves and all like that. It's like having a broken cable and something, and sometimes it connects and sometimes it doesn't. Everything like that. Mostly it goes from my legs, but it does affect other parts of my body and anything like that. And but mostly my legs. And as I say, walking now is really becoming a problem. I can't go on my bike a wee bit, but it's starting to become a problem too. And so this what I'm doing here with the mushing or the dog running or whatever you want to call it. Plus my photography, that's what keeps my mind fresh. And I believe that if my mind is fresh, my body is failing me. But if my mind's fresh, I can adapt, and I can keep adapting, and I can keep reinventing myself. I can keep things, but as long as I keep it up here, I think I can cope with anything. But you have to do that. And in the woods, this is allowing me to cope, and it refreshes your mind. It opens your ideas. Yes, I'm at one with nature, and I find that when I go into the forest, the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes in the forest, you dinna hear things, you dinna smell things. Now, see, after about half an hour or an hour in the forest, it's like the forest accepts you. You can hear the birds, you can smell the smells, you can it's like a light goes off and the whole forest becomes brighter, and your hearing improves, your eyes improve, your smells improve. You can hear things and see things that you never have seen when you first went in. And the birds start coming back. And little wee birdies, when they start coming back to you, that's fun. You came for and you've been accepted by the forest. Then you'll see the wildlife.
Let's take a walk into Andrew's world of nature. All you can hear is the stillness of the air and the breath of life itself.
And that's what people come up to the woods are doing. They're walking around this woods here, and they're on their phones, they're yapping, they didn't see things. There's wildlife all around about them, right beside them, and they didn't see it because they're yapping and they're on their phones, and as I say, they're not concentrating. But the forest will accept you if you just shut your gob, basically.
Survival, that's what we're speaking about, Andrew, here. It's survival. It's survival of the fittest, Andrew.
It is survival. We have to survive. As I said, we have to keep going. We have to keep surviving. I have to keep getting up. If I'm out with my dogs and my legs fail, I have to get up. So I have to get my dogs back. But I have to find a way of doing it. So I've been called really stubborn by a lot of folk, but I have to be stubborn. That's the only way I can survive, is being really stubborn. And I have to mock things up. I have to keep thinking about how to do things. Every day is an adventure. If the thing is, if you're going to sit at home and think about if it's all wrong, if it's happening, if it's nothing like that, it is going to affect your mind. You are going to get it is going to put you down and all like that. You have to keep thinking out of the box. You have to keep going. You have to keep, as I keep coming back to this, reinventing yourself. You have to keep going. You have to keep thinking about things you can do. And if there's a problem, then I think of the problem. Think of the solution to the problem. Think about. As I say, when I wanted to run dogs, I had to think of something. So I had to think about making this cart. I know that my legs, his body's failing. I'm going to have to stop running dogs, and I've had to think about something else to do. So I've taken up photography. That's a thing I can do. Wildlife photography. I can sit about for ages. That's not a problem. But it's if you sit at home and think about this, and do nothing about it. That's fun. The mental stress, and that's why so much young people are so much problems now. They're just thinking about it. So much stress. A lot of people have actually lost their connection with nature. They didn't see nature. They think it's there, but they've never really. Although as lockdown, there has been a lot more folk out walking, and a lot of folk have reconnected with nature, but it's still not in the right way. They're still walking around here on their phones. They're still, if they put their phones down and actually paid attention, it probably would be better for them. But reconnecting with the nature, reconnecting with all things around about us, this is our life. It's basically, I think this is for keeping a lot of folk alive. And if you've got an illness or a thingy, even if you're in a wheelchair or something like that, getting out into nature, can do you wonders.
The planet will look after us.
The planet will look after us. The planet actually doesn't need us. We need the planet. The planet will survive, and the planet will be here long after we're gone. But we need the planet just now. We can only survive. We cut down our trees and nothing like that. We're dead. But you're in the forest, in the trees, and I'm in nature. All thing is going off a vibration. All thing is going off a vibration, and we can connect with that vibration. We can get the vibration for the trees, for the plants, for the thingy. We need to have nature round about us. We need this as much as nature needs us now. Well, it doesn't need us, but it needs to be looked after now. And we need to connect with it, like trees and all like that. It's been proven that trees and nothing like that can give you like vibrations and all like that. So we need to really connect. Same with the animals. The animals can, if you're still in the forest and at peace, the animals, even though they sense you're there, they wanna run away from you. But if you are there, you're busy and you're doing stuff, even behind a camera, the animals can, and they can't find to run away. And the same with the dogs. And I'm out here with my dogs, just me. It's just me and my dogs, and I'm speaking to my dogs. And the amount of things we see, the wildlife we see out here, is unreal. And that's just us being quiet and just tucking in our things around about us.
See if the numbers are going round. The numbers are going round. Andrew, well, you know, he's hit the nail on the head here. You know, when you're confronted in life with difficulties, you know, I have, and my partner has, you know, as you know, Andrew has, you know, you've got to think out of the box. You know, you kind of depend on X, Y, and Z, because, you know, your health is your health, your mind is your mind. And, you know, if it goes out without your control, you know, you have got to reinvent yourself, as Andrew was saying. You've got to think about survival, you know, and I think we're so heavily dependent on, you know, the state's going to, you know, help us to survive. You know, the NHS is going to help us survive, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? At the end of the day, when man began on this planet, there was this quietness, stillness, vibrations. And that's how it started. So it is, Andrew. I quite agree with Andrew. I could bide in this forest with Andrew. I could, because it's about tapping in and reconnecting with nature, because nature and the planet is going to have the last say, you know, and we have to keep that connection with it. You know, I think Andrew's quite right, and I can reiterate what he's been saying, that, you know, the more that life difficulties hit you in the face, you know, you've got to think out of the box, and you've got to think about your own survival and how you're going to do it. And, you know, sometimes you just can't, there's just something that draws you to the outdoors, you know, the atmosphere. You know, you just feel that this is a place of belonging, that no matter what happens, the planet will look after you. You know, long ago they depended on, you didn't have an NHS, they had plants, you know, and remedies from plants and for healing, you know, and I could speak all day about this. Just get outside and feel the fresh air and about your lungs. It must be quite a sight seeing Andrew in the springtime when he's sitting at one in the quiet spots of this woodlands here, and day and night he'll be sitting. You know, he's the man of the woods. I do believe that the woods and all this nature will take care of Andrew.
This is my area, and this is me. Trees, the birds, the animals, the dogs, photography. This is me. This is my life up here now. Yeah.
I admire you greatly, Andrew.
I'm Drew for Howling Doric Sled Dogs. Tune in to Jill at Doric TV to see if it's been going on in Doric area.
This is our landscape, and this is where we bide.